What's up, YouTube? This is Victor on the Let Me Explain show, and today I'd like to do a very brief review on these Rapidograph pens. And why I chose to do the review is I've been using them quite a bit, and I'm quite inspired by how they work, and I thought I'll just share that passion with you. So they come in various tips as indicated on the tops. You can see the sizes on the tops, and so this is a very thin top needle like point, and then you have thicker points, which I will demonstrate in the sketches. A much thicker, broader point right here. So they have an inkwell right here. So that's the inkwell, which you can actually refill. And I must say, while I'm talking about refilling it, that you should only refill it with the ink from the manufacturer, otherwise it clogs the tips. So that's that. And here is the ink. That's the ink that came with the set, and you can actually buy the ink separately, so that's a good thing about it. All right, so we're gonna get into sketching, and I'll just talk about it as I am working on this sketch. If you follow my Instagram page, or you will see some of the sketches I've done already. This is one I'm actually working on and about to complete, so I'll be working on this in this review and talking about the pens as I go through it. And I really want to show you the inkwell. Oopsie, I think I lost the, yes, I lost the cover for this one. So when opening the ink, always make sure the inkwell is upright, of course, for obvious reasons, and that's what it looks like. And this is the tip of the pen, so you don't want to open it upside down because you'll have ink everywhere. So there we go. That locks, the barrel locks, and the clip also locks, which is fantastic because then the clip doesn't fall off when it's in use. So let's go with it. So far I love them. I used them before a long time ago when I was in college, and we're talking about the 90s, and I had forgotten about them since I'd gone mostly digital, but I came back to them and I totally love the flow. So that's one thing I love about them. The flow of the ink is just so generous and beautiful. So it works really well for filling out lines and creating design. Really nice flow. So that's the 4/1.2, and this ink is actually waterproof Black India. So it's latex based ink, drawing ink. You can draw on film for it. It says this is actually for film, but I'm just using it on paper. You might wonder, why would you want to draw on film? Well, if you're doing t-shirts, for example, it's always good to use transparency. So transparent film would be what you would have your design on to shoot it onto a screen if you want a quick and easy way to do it. Of course, there are various other ways to do it, but this would be the ink you would use in that instance. So this is the 1/0.50, which makes it a really fine tip, as you can see right there, and the line is really fine. So these pens are really great for detail and also for just filling mass amounts of mass areas. If you're working on a design that's made that way. And what you might wonder, why bother go through all this when you can do it digitally? And the argument is simple, is that when something is hand done, you can always tell that, you can always feel that about work that's hand done. There's something mechanical and plastic about stuff that's done digitally that I personally do not like, and I think many artists will resonate with me that in some cases it's best just to use the traditional form of art. For example, with these circles, I could have just done one circle, copied and pasted them all throughout here, and it just loses that aspect of the human touch to it. So if you have great tools like this, and you you enjoy working on your art as a meditative process, I think this will be the best way to go with these rapidographs. And of course it's time consuming, but I think that's the whole point, is that investment of time, and just watching the ink ooze out onto the page is really satisfying in itself. So would I recommend them? I would definitely recommend them. They don't come cheap, but they're a worthy investment, as you get one, two, three, four, five, six. You do get 6 pens in the case. I've got 4 of them out, and I've got two left in there. So are they worth it? Definitely worth it if you're into hand drawn art versus digital art, and uh, especially illustrators. I mean, if you're into illustration, this is a great way to do your line work and filling in. So it has a certain appeal to it, a certain traditional feel to it that I really enjoy. So to end off this review, I'm just going to show you a couple of the sketches. So this one is actually called you are a creator. You are a creator, and I'm almost done with it. I've just got this area to go. What will I use it for? I could use it for screen printing onto t-shirts. I could make posters of it. I could also do a painting of it. So if I take a photograph and then enlarge it, then that's where the detail in the pen really jumps out, because you've got all those inconsistencies and irregularities that you wouldn't get in Illustrator, for example, unless you use a specific brush for texture, which again is limited. The variety in this is so much more. So it's a richer in texture, and the line quality is really has really got character in it. So that's that one. I've also worked on this piece, which is still a work in progress, but almost done. So I'm loving this one. It's an African kind of tribal theme to it. Once again, this was with the Rapidograph pens. I love that. And this, so when I opened up the sketchbook, I actually spilled coffee all over it. And instead of kicking and moaning and about it, I just decided to turn it into a piece of art. Still incomplete, I feel. Still got to work those areas, and I will do that with my pens. So that's about it on the rapidographs.